So all through this, I'm sorry that interruption. Like I was saying, as the reality of thus Sodoma, they proceed at making the class of a lack over this as masonry so long time that Tishmasin considered of warriors, which as sacrificial with the making wreck and destruction and the right class of possession for the supposedly will ever be in the history as large ever the reality for the humanity to count with the most of the specials and capacities, with the most of the fraternities, which no one will ever miss in. Selecting people, especially if there will be of God, especially of God, and with the virtue of El Chai, for the raping and murdering, which I do not endorse, never done and want. Which Kirchners are the class of this, promoting and producing this class of things like a team of cells, or making some class of an occupation for the promoting and producing a business, which is exactly that, taking me as cited and destroying and making all humanity upon my back every day at this class and this level, and saying anything I will be and I will done ain't no rights given, because of they will be authorities that God should ever attach and accept and respect, that they will ever giving me life lessons to me and to our people, saying that they will demand and determine that also, not only with my person, taking the reality of my life for whatever they concerns my virtue, my reality, my capacity. I said and I done first because of them, Luciano Troviano the Beast. And them witches and magicians and evangelics will ever give. And Saint God will ever accept. Which, as my life, normally I will proceed in my capacity, in my judgment, so sane, so upright, like any other, and brilliant reality as our days, and not by trickery, a reality. The sickness this that needs to destroy, trample, ill, corrupt, and deliver into clouds the worthy, for they, clouds of hell, become like glorious, everything okay, and remain in powers, understanding they will be understood and seen. So, in the middle of the soul, taking my life, like much older, saying, oh, go to the US. And I will try to come to US. I have citizenship. But if I try to cross by a line and says, try and I kill them, hypocrite son of a snake, degenerados, what do they thirst to? Poison necrosis, víboras de guarda, doing with, and badanos, lagartos. Sorry, that's tough, real. So, in the middle of the soul, for the clear of these days, they turn now to saying that they commence and will take badanos to putting our peoples to be eaten. Sodoma y Gomorra, Argentina y Kirchner, te voy a poner a ser comidos por badanos. Pronto. Y aún se van a intoxicar y te van a vomitar y van a decir, caca, yo no como. Y va a ser así. So, Betlesen Rabefech Machale Bechlakimav, Betlesen Rabefech Lachamatlech Bisople Veseshvasima Plevim. At the clear fact of this, which the first ever video already uploading, he has not the capacity, don't you see? We already saw it. And coming all around with this class of a business with arts and culture, ministry, sports, social development, tourism, science and technology, health, justice, security, defense, infrastructure and development, PMTIC, PMTOT, justice work, justice human rights, saying that they has right to taking my life for the reason I told you. I will be burned here and the cause of them pain and destruction of them country. God shall ever pay them with my life, and they will ever have rights by them, la bestia, which were and is in the hell ever, Luciano Troviano, 666, the little horn, the tiny mouth, demon, non Ra et Rachel, which breathed this cast of degenerates that were following so long, for this cast of so legend, Sodoma, pretender of special warriors that can take peoples, make civilly rape and murder and making sacrificial saying that gives them the glorious ever power, underbelly, glory, Sodoma y Gomorra. At the clear of a klef machali bichrevet lachi, the spot the king of a fechmat sama, and let us walk likish vasemapline. And telling I with no right, demand denigrating the law, nothing to hear, nothing to accept, nothing to write, but forging my signature to endorse because of we give life lessons. I will give what I never gave them, and neither the government of Israel never signated, and no related can signate nothing, just a direct, and the direct what for, which never noticed. Never noticed about the reality, never noticed as how this possibly to giving my anatomy, my body, for they to making immunology for that play of the Klef Machtigesi Armageddon and plagues will be all around. And they should ever have rights for because of I caused it. And also as government of Israel, that I am Israeli, and I love Israel. Forgive me please for the terms and the laws and the problems we have. I'm so sorry. Which also the government of US. I am citizen. I love you US and the best ever. You understand what we fight every day for as justice parties, as victims and innocents and the best ever. Respect. And each as states of Europe, Russia, and every one of states and justice bodies we fighting for the trying to establish orders and how to survive this. To send me even royals, for I too have some help. Kirchners saying that they didn't allow me not even to be birthed, and saying that they can making a distribution of supposed pesticides for the reason of the addictive capacity of the supposed government of Argentina to making a spreading of favors and benefits of everything which is mine, that I never came in and I want. So that any sick that generate of them, that they says patriot, they will have rights to take my life and also my body, for they to be them prominential future about destroying me like Sodom and Gomorrah styling over my people, and proceeding into I should, for they saying also with my genetics and the hocus pocus of an evangelic of Babylonia, and the generados brujos, the generados Sodom and Gomorrah and them are the same, will ever make them be me, with the whole of my virtue and reality, and capacity, life, power, and glory, kingdom of heaven, recognizing who I am. And this will be my liars. Oh, don't you tend to say something like that. Don't just say, he conspires against us all the time. And where's the demons? Sick son of a snake. Infeliz degenerado. So, further this, let's put in clear the character of this all. People are being murdered, genocided, familicided. People are being massively raped by Sodoma y Gomorrah. And this is not a game, this is not a joke. And if you want I to repeat you, people, not to degeneradas diablas, which hypocritically, how does rape a woman? Gomorrah used to using that track, which is the right deliverance today, with which is popularly called at the streets of the US the rapist. It is the Keshkeva, named at Russia, and not for Russia to producing it, but is a market for the making destruction and corruption over abduction for exotic. And Russia is having a very problem, even happening at the US. Kidnapped women and men for the delivering over the discontrol, sensorially, sensitively, exorbitatedly, off of the normal with no control of self, scheme as anatomy, and with a very state of confusion, panic, and non-really capacity, couple of Viagras, and voila, Gomorra. And I'm not giving you services for criminals or people as damaged to making something which is not good, and neither some class of a sickness that is not for the making no pleasures of nobody. And this is sacrificial as well because of there is captured, patch and gun. Take it. Naked. You don't see nothing but disaster, no reason, no conscience, off of the whole control, pain, and you are being in a condition that naturally you don't have sensitivity except pain, disaster, and panic. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you start to bleeding, 2 Viagra daily, and you get killed over a very knife in the chest and says, I cut your life, I have the power. That is not a woman, that is a demon. That is not pleasures and not glorious. It's shit. And this is Kirchner's. And every one of them bodies. And then, there comes the one that denies. He thinks it's gonna be, and we're not gonna be us. Y te pensaste que me podés tomar y que podés hacer lo que se te cante, te voy a poner muerta. Cucaracha y pulga de la maldita, how to say this, pesada de pudrición de Sodoma. Plomada de degenerados. Grema plagma jale de sechli refleja al hamat, sableki reflejo la smaple de seshirifa. Grema plagma jale que insabib. ¿Qué pulgas vas a poner? ¿Vas a hacer tu proyecto Luciano Troviano 3 y hacer la pulga 666 ahora? ¿Vas a hacer el parásito trochuro, como le dijiste, 666? ¿Vas a ser resistente ahora a la vendasol y te vas a mandar ahora la calidad de, ¿qué más? La Disha 666, Crafts 666, Kirchner's. Esa es tu solución del mundo. Porque se te ofende, tenés derecho a destruir, a reventar, a enfermar, a matar, a genocidiar. Porque te creíste que sos baluarte y derecho. Enfermedad degenerada maldita, ex masona, actual 666. Sorry for this. Germa plerma jalevi sechlika, reve fechala hamad levisi sot levisi shavim. And reve fechlika reve foat maseva lishmot lechamam. So suddenly, there comes that plerma sechish vaselim, and suddenly, sorry for that, you will understand that the kimpam litwan, or leki verma sechish vi Burmane. Bedlesen revefech machale veseselivish, and plevesech al hamar ansem aplicada. There, even though Zionism, because of the Jewish, are all as sons of it. We are Jewish and beloved by El Chai, and you, Nazi Sodoma 666, Nazi Gomorrah 666, Kirchner's, and your expertises, considered of expertises of some good, diablo de mierda. Sorry the word, forgive me please. And the whole sickness of them bodies associated, supposed patriot and that's fighting for them. We have to remain. Democracia. The Democrats gotta be, you want the Malikas on camel over? You want the generals, you have them all inside, Aníbal Fernández, and you're gonna die like that. Bastardo degenerado en pleasure sport. Every day. Pedazo de víbora. So in the middle of the soul, Kremaplech Machale Sechlikish, Machalakim, Sodomita 666, Matona, víbora, genocida, judicida, nazi, descarado, degenerado, zoófilo, pedófilo, criminal, aborrecido, abominable, corruptor, prostituidor, pedofilizador, zoofilizador, criminal, asesino, falsificador, ladrón, barato. Aníbal Fernández, creído de jefe de gabinete y gobierno nacional. Y esto no es una ofensa y te vas a repudrir en el infierno y de ahora en adelante hasta que no te dejen cenizas en el infierno. No voy a parar y no vas a descansar. Y es por la eternidad. Sorry for this. So in the middle of this reality, Aníbal Fernández, necesitas masturbarte con mi foto y decir las degeneraciones que dijiste delante del gobierno de los Estados Unidos, delante de la prensa, NBC, CNN, BBC, RAI y también IDNT con Justice Paris y Liaison Office. Precisas, te voy a mostrar por acá. ¿Precisas matar a alguien por eso? ¿Precisas extorsionar y hacer algún tipo de problemas? Vos y tus amiguitos de Sodoma, con laptops, webcam delante, masturbándote un poquito con mi foto. ¿Necesitas algo que muestre? ¿Tenés alguna preferencia más, pedazo de degenerado, abominado perro de cuarta? Vos y tu perra criatura, querida de Cristina Kirchner, la quinta. Sorry for this. Y esto es difamación. Te voy a destrozar y te voy a poner muerto. De justicia en nombre término de real justicia vos y a toda tu casta. Y no es una amenaza ni una conspiración, es justicia. Y criminal degenerado, infeliz psicópata de cuarta abajo, vas a pagar. Y por la eternidad. So, in the middle of the soul, sorry for this, at the clear of the elemental, Zionism will be a class of an which will ever deliver the worst of the characteristically elements for keeping money, destroying, abusing, robbing, and making the class of trampling, destruction, and damages. For every Jew will be a son of up and not caring about no one, and just someone to taking the money away and saying, we care for the patriot. And Zionism is Yeshua HaSaret. Zionism is Mashiach. Zionism is Zion. Following Yeshua and making what we are doing. Recovering the reality that justice, the truth, and people to have life as naturally people lives. And they rise us against this, identifying what it is because of God's power. To murder, genocide, and destroying, and persecuting who are of the real Mashiach. And Babel serves them. They didn't regret and they didn't convert it. And to make the destructions to say that they are going to fight El Chai. So, cheap, sick politickery, we don't do. The real ones, me, and Justice Paris, State Paris, we're fighting, Liaison Office, International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice. Elia, we don't do. And I don't think I am. And you're going to know this sooner. Bunch of sick Be'et Siva, which starts to serving such of the generations still around. And forgive me the tough again. The clear fact of this is, where is the respect found and where do we give respect? And what will mean respect, especially to ourselves, and what is about? This is holy, this is your royal, in front of God ill. Making sure about my life and saying they are going to take everything away from me, that I will lie and rob them. The life and the cars that President Argentina gave them, which brought justice for the people that they delivered with invention of policial defense, health and justice in place in a whole intentional lies and forgery and the generations for less humanity, rape and murder, saying they has rights of ethnic, science, state and religion to the making. Sodom and Gomorrah, Kirchners, on my life. And remaining at the reality, for I do not move forwarding for you murder people and destroys all over and call to your bodies the generals all over the world, for they do making the worst of the destructions if I will turn to just proceed into living. Abnormally, because if I should ever run like a criminal for you to come behind and hunt easily the whole of the rest and saying, oh, you could be internated because of you thought you were a government and you're ruling your nation. We could take position. Enfermos degenerados. So how possibly I will need medication? And will this be the liar while you 8 million degenerados UNASUR calling everybody to hiding, arranging, and nobody to know, nobody to see. What is the medication? Degenerados. God. And further this, the reality of what will this be? Health for a nation. And what is nation? Instead, bench of abominables and degenerates, which not justice bodies and state bodies, liaison office, unless us, unless Achai. You know, I supposedly not to talk about these things at this way. I were having a discussion about this, and further the right tough, rude, and the elemental for the terminologies, even as ever best refined to describe, there are certain things that this way that are not being so much healthily and really serious, healthily at all, except the truth provided at the information to corroborating as truth itself for justice and understanding what to be healthy. And violence for instigation ain't not going to give no good, but the truth found in the middle of such a degeneration is violence all over. So the reality is wisdom, we should. And the clear fact of riches ain't nothing like this will ever just descriptively can deliver no disclaiming for no class and pretending to, we said, and he took away from us, taking away our lives that Luciano Troviano, witches and evangelics gave us, that is his life, and he's forbidden to be. Diablo 666 degenerado, te vas a pudrir en el infierno. Y yo aplaudo. Shut up. Sorry for this. Black Masechali Gishwasan. I'm going to put this last. And I'm going to proceed into what someone loved ever so much. In the best health, in the best care, in the best worth, in the best ever preserving, and in the best ever respect forever. One of either two. I apologize against for the tough, for the violence, and certain terms still around, which didn't have to, but descriptively, what do we do? Reality is reality, but I am sick of them, and I am not the only one, and people are dying, so that one thing is communicating, another thing is just communicating. We don't do that. We communicate, we learn, we understand, we proceed, and watching out, we do the job. That is what I'm going to do. Bless you there. Forgive me for this, please. Today is, again, Saturday, 14th, 2015, November, and this is around 20. Here in Buenos Aires, my address, item first, and I said first, and I am, not them. The same each as real of us, not them, us. Diablo, no other but Diablo. Who wanted to be Diablo? Well, I'm sorry, buddy, you red earth. But whoever victim, victim. But each of us, genuinely, we are. Bless you there, and let's try and, I don't know, help us. And brave, wise, and encourage for the understanding what is the line and where to go at the picking a best ever choice for this to work at the reality of prominence about real justice for survival in future. Bless you really and forgive me. I am Alejandro E.BLANCO Redemi, birthed at September 7th, 1968. Here in Buenos Aires, and my identity, Elishel E.BLANCO Redemi, Israel. Shalom.